Hi everyone and welcome to another YouTube video. You join me on Madeira. I'm in Fanal Forest, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about the true extent of all of the changes that are coming. I'm going to discuss the implications. What does it mean for landscape photographers, hikers, the trees themselves and the environment? And I guess I won't be able to help but reflect on what it all means, and perhaps if there's anything I can do myself at least about the way I conduct myself, I guess, and the impact it has on the environment. Because one thing's for sure, Fenal has at least changed forever, and it's never going to be the same again. Let's get into things. I wasn't quite sure whether I was going to record this, and then when I began recording it when I got here, then I sort of stopped and thought, am I really going to put this out? I did want to, when I was coming here, do a vlog. I love this place, and I've spent many weeks photographing not just these trees. I'm in Fanal Forest, you probably recognise it, but I shoot in other parts of the island too, and I love the place. I absolutely love it, not just for the photography, just all of it, for the food, the kind of low-key, relaxed nature. Certainly in the north, it's a wonderful place. Brilliant, just the kind of thing we like to seek. And this year it's changed. So, you know, what's the extent of the fencing here? How much has already been fenced, in case you were thinking of coming? I'll talk about a bit of that, I think, and I'll try and do a bit of photography too, because there are some other places that I go to, and I'm hoping to get some incredible conditions. So fingers crossed they come off and I can shoot. Yeah, let's see how I get along. Sorry for the slightly somber intro there. Several months ago, when I had this trip coming, I decided to get over here and do a bit of photography myself too. I'm running a workshop, but I'll take some days out for myself and visit some of the other areas and forests that I know exist here to do some photography, hopefully. Yeah, one thing's for sure, as soon as the news broke that they're making all of these restrictions and changes to Fanal Forest, I thought, well, I've got to go and have a look at that too. So I'm here today. It is foggy, and I'm going to dive straight into the extent of what's gone on so far. And I guess what we're all thinking is, how much further is it going to go? So let's have a look. Now, as you can see, this area used to be completely open and accessible. These are the kinds of fences that are going up. And you know, one thing's for sure, they're going to be a bugger to Photoshop. I guess maybe in some thick fog, you could pop your camera over the fences, maybe, and take some shots. But here's another area, and that's got a great big fence around it. And I believe the witcher tree is just behind it. Let's go and have a little look at that. There it is, I think. No fence yet, but the fences are being erected. It looks like there's a kind of half fence that's being put up, and yeah, it looks like it's happening pretty quickly. I think all of that news broke on social media 3 or 4 weeks ago, and here it is. Fences around all of the trees, boardwalks are coming in, paid entry into Fenal, restricted visitor numbers. There's something to do with vehicles too, etc. You get the drift. Now look, let's just kind of try and table the reality that this place was getting actually destroyed. whether it's photographers or hikers, you know, the bottom line is loads of people, increased numbers, and this place is getting trashed. So frankly, it needs a bit of protection. It needs fences. It needs control over the crazy tourist numbers. Otherwise, you know, the destruction would have continued, and one day it just would not have been here, even in my time that I've been coming. I mean, look at this huge branch. You know, every year I see more branches down, more kind of bark and lichen stripped off. And I have to say, you'd say, oh, it's storms and the wind and all of that sort of thing. I don't think so, because in the first probably 3 years, every consecutive year that I came, I noticed no change here, no branches down, nothing. And in the last 2 or 3, every year that I've come, and I've come with a friend too, who also noticed changes, there's just destruction everywhere. And that is not nature doing that, it's people, sadly. So yeah, this place may well have needed it, otherwise it probably wouldn't have existed, certainly not in this way for much longer. You can kind of see that this bit's been fenced off. You used to be able to walk down there, through there, that's now all fenced off. This has got a fence around it. So you can't access any of this area at all. Now, I guess the fog is coming in pretty thick, isn't it? Could you kind of lean over and take a few shots? Maybe. You know, that's if there was a shot. This that little area that I was just showing you is traditionally, when I've always been in there, it's been pretty tricky to shoot. There are a couple of shots in there, rather nice ones actually. I'll pop them up on screen now. And I was in there, so won't be able to do that anymore. And I've always liked the shape of these trees and the trunks, and tried to kind of figure out how I'd be able to shoot them. You're just not going to be able to do that anymore, because they're all fenced off, and the fence extends pretty far around, all the way around here. And the witch's tree is on its way to getting a fence around it. So, very popular shot for anyone that's not been here before. That'll be done. You won't be able to shoot that anymore. Yeah, it's you know what, not to overcomplicate it, it's just a big shame, because this place, we've been photographing a little while, and you're on social media, you see loads and loads and loads of the same shot. But you know, despite that, the first time I went here, it was still amazing. Still really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed running around, just shooting different versions and different things. And it's gonna be very hard to do that now. So let me just swing you around, because this is kind of what it'll be like. I can't get in. The thick fog is clearing. You know, there are 1 or 2 shots in extremely thick fog still. That's really nice. These two are interesting. I don't know, it'll probably force a bit of compositional discipline maybe, and push people to consider some slightly different shots perhaps. So I don't know, just trying to make good of it all really. But one thing is absolutely for sure, and that is that these trees in Fenal are getting fenced off, and they'll soon be inaccessible. I would fully expect all of them to be fenced off. If you think about it, why would they fence off some of them but not others? The ones they left or leave would then get mobbed by the kind of people that climb them and eat the leaves and eat the bark and do all that kind of stuff. So I don't think they're going to do that. They'll probably fence them all off eventually, I say that, I think it's happening very soon. Within the space of 2 or 3 days I've noticed some changes, so I would estimate that in a few weeks' time all of this will be closed off and inaccessible. And this is another one that's gone. I'll just pop that image up on screen because I think I was stood way back over there looking this way, shooting that. And yeah, another nice shot. Another nice shot. It needed thick fog to kind of obscure the background, as you'll see from the image, but that's done. That's gone. And yeah, here it is. Here's a lovely scene that let me just try and think about. So I believe I was either on the other side of it or I was shooting it this way. Can't remember. I think it might have been from this side, and it was nice. Really enjoyed it. Loved the shot, and it was a good example of how quickly the fog can change. I think when I posted it, I said that I shot the first image, and then 10 seconds later I shot the second image. You know, all kind of good fun, topical stuff. Can't do that anymore, so that shot's gone. Maybe would have liked to have another go in slightly different conditions. Can't do that. So my point is lots and lots of these shots that we've all enjoyed in the past, and they're inaccessible because of the fencing. And I would fully expect all of these trees to get fenced up for reasons that I've just explained. Make of it what you will. That is what's happening. And from a photography perspective, it's a huge shame. Obviously, from an environmental perspective, it's absolutely needed. This place is looking trashed, even in the years that I've been coming here. In fact, in the difference from year to year, I've noticed, you know, there is so much deadfall, broken branches. And I don't believe it's not all wind and storms, because these things have been up for 500 plus years. It's people standing on the branches, doing pull-ups, climbing on them, and just doing unspeakable things. Really, it only takes one. I know 90% of people are absolutely respectful and wouldn't put themselves in front of an element of nature. They'd step back and just preserve the beauty that we get to enjoy. But it only takes one, and then perhaps a few others will copy, and then that's it, done. So all of these measures are absolutely necessary to protect this incredible relic of our times, really. It's UNESCO World Heritage. It's a special place. So take the photography out of things. And perhaps they should have done this a little sooner, actually, and there wouldn't have been all this damage done, because the tourist numbers are shooting through the roof. Absolutely crazy how exponential it's going. So yeah, sorry if I've repeated myself, but I'm in slight kind of bewilderment. On and off. And every now and then there's a somber moment that I feel, not kind of really knowing quite which way my emotions should go. On the one sense, a great shame. From a photography perspective, in another way, also a shame, because it just reminds you how much damage this place has taken. Then I, start to get quite angry, actually, at the way just one or two idiots amongst the many respectful folks can ruin it for everyone. And then I guess trying to find good from all of this in the way we need to in life, to keep that glass half full. It's absolutely needed, otherwise this place would decline and toil even further, and perhaps one day not be anything quite like what it is now. So let's protect it before it is too late, and that's what these fences will do. So over the next few days, my workshop got underway and we were able to shoot in some really awesome locations in some great conditions, and all of the guests had a lot of fun exploring what Madeira Island has to offer. Really, it still remains a fantastic place for landscape photography, and we even got a bit of fog too in what remains of Fanal Forest. And then at the end of the trip, I was able to get in a bit of photography for myself, and I was treated to some of the most amazing conditions in one of the best places I've ever photographed, allowing me to produce one of my best ever woodland images. It's been a long video, so I'm going to leave it there. And I hope you've enjoyed everything that I've shown you. It leaves us photographers, at least, with a lot to think about in the way we conduct ourselves, the impact, no matter how hard we try, of what we do, how that, what that does to the landscape that we know and love. So, yeah, I guess I'm certainly going to be thinking about that anyway. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks ever so much for watching, and thanks for watching all my other videos too. Really do appreciate it. Please don't forget the usual stuff. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, perhaps leave a comment to let me know you're there, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel so that I can continue doing this. But that's it for this one, and I'll see you on the next one soon. Cheerio.